write a book. That's an incredible goal. But let's be real. The path from a great idea to a book that people actually read is full of traps. Today, we're going to clear that path. And we're not going to focus on writing. We're going to focus on the absolutely critical questions you have to answer before you even think about hitting publish.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're gonna get real about why most books just don't make it. Then we'll try to make sense of the wild world of modern publishing. And then, the most important part, we're going to give you a strategic blueprint, a clear plan to help you get it right. Look, before we can talk about winning, we have to understand why people lose. And here's the tough truth. Most books fail to find readers, and it's almost never a fluke. It's usually because of a few predictable and avoidable mistakes. Okay, the first reason is probably the most obvious one, but it trips up so many people. We all know someone, maybe it's us, who's been talking about their book being in process for years. You know, without a real deadline, without someone holding you accountable, in process can easily turn into never. The next big hurdle? Good old-fashioned fear. You've poured your heart out, the manuscript is done, and it's just sitting in a folder on your computer. It's safe there, sure, safe from criticism, but it's also completely hidden from anyone who might need to read it. The real failure isn't getting a bad review. The real failure is never letting anyone read it at all.
So, let's say you did it. You published it. That's huge. But now your book is just one of, get this, over 49 million other books on Amazon. 49 million. If you don't have a plan to let people know it's out there, it's basically invisible. We have to completely reframe what selling a book means. People don't buy a collection of paper and ink. They buy a promise. They buy a solution, an escape, a transformation. They buy what's inside the book. Your job isn't just to say, hey, I have a book. It's to tell them about the incredible story or idea waiting inside it. This one's a killer. You've done all the hard work. You've gotten someone genuinely excited to read your book. They pull out their wallet, they're ready to go, but where's the link? Is it easy to find? If they have to click more than once or twice, you might have just lost them. It really is that simple. So it's not just about writing a great book and telling people about it. You also have to figure out how to actually get it published. It used to be this one single, really hard to get on road. But now it's a total maze. You've got traditional publishing, self-publishing, hybrid publishing. It's confusing, and each path has its own set of rules.
Okay, let's break this down. You can see the trade-offs pretty clearly here. Traditional publishing? The publisher pays, but they're in control. Self-publishing? You pay for everything, but you are in total control. Hybrid is somewhere in the middle. A partnership, but you still have to put up some cash. The key takeaway here, there's no single best option. There's only the option that's best for you and your goals.
So how in the world do you choose the right path in that maze? Well, here's the secret. You don't. You don't start by picking a path. You start by creating a strategic blueprint for your book. And once you have that blueprint, it's like a flashlight that just illuminates the right path for you. And this right here, this is the big aha moment. Book success isn't really about luck. It's not about getting picked by some big New York publisher. It's about the strategic clarity you build for yourself by asking the right questions long before the book is even a reality. These 6 steps, this is your plan, and they come directly from answering those 7 core questions. For instance, define your purpose comes from asking, why am I even writing this book? And identify your single reader comes from answering, who is this for? When you follow these steps, you're forced to think like a business owner, not just an artist. And that mental shift, it changes everything. All right, let's drill down. Of all the questions you could ask, 2 of them are the absolute foundation for your entire project. Number 1, why are you writing this book? And number 2, who are you writing it for? If you can nail these 2, everything else starts to fall into place. So let me tell you a quick story from our source material that illustrates this perfectly. The author was staying in a hotel and, out of sheer boredom, picked up a biography of the hotel's founder, J. Willard Marriott, that was left in the room. He wasn't expecting much, but he got completely hooked. And the result of that was just wow. By sharing his life story, his why, Marriott turned a random guest into a super fan for life. The author of our source was so moved by that story that he ended up spending thousands and thousands of dollars at Marriott hotels over the next few decades. That is the incredible power of connecting your why with a reader.
So, just as important as your why is your who. And I love this quote from Steinbeck because it's so true. Stop trying to write for everyone. You can't. It's impossible. Instead, picture one single person. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's someone you just imagine. What are their dreams? What keeps them up at night? Write the entire book just for them, so you know why you're writing and who you're writing for. Awesome. Now, how do you find that one person and all the other people just like them? The answer is simple, but it's not easy. You have to start building your audience right now, not on launch day, today.
The number one mistake authors make is saying their audience is everyone. That's a guaranteed way to reach no one. Your audience is someone. It's that one specific person we just talked about. Your mission is to build a little community of people who already know you, like you, and trust you before you ever ask them to buy a thing. You just can't afford to wait. Think of it this way. Marketing is the long, slow process of earning trust and making people aware of your ideas. Selling is the one-time event of asking for the purchase. You need to start the marketing part today. Pick one social media platform you're already on and just commit to sharing one helpful or interesting idea related to your book once a week. That's it. That's how you start building an audience that's actually excited for your book to come out. Okay, so you do all this work. You've got your blueprint, you're building an audience, but what does success actually look like? It's time to completely redefine the finish line. Seriously, forget about hitting the New York Times bestseller list. Forget about the royalty checks. Those are just outcomes. They're not the purpose. The real goal, the true measure of a great book, is its impact. Did it help someone? Did it make them see the world differently? Did it change one person's life for the better? That is success. When it all comes down to it, a successful book is never an accident. It's a very deliberate act of connecting a message you care deeply about, that's your why, to the very specific people who need to hear it, that's your who. Your book is your legacy. So the only real question left to answer is, whose life are you going to change?